Hello everyone, good afternoon. It is Tuesday, Technique Tuesday. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late today. I took a call a couple of minutes before and I wanted to take the call because it was actually one of you guys. It was one of my lovely ladies, and I just wanted to remind her that I'm going live at 2 o'clock. So hopefully she's watching. I won't out her who it was. She had forgotten that I was going live at 2 o'clock. And then I had trouble connecting. So it's okay. It is what it is. We got here eventually. I hope that you guys are all having a lovely afternoon. It's today that you're having the cortisone injection, Margaret. Oh, I hope it goes well. I hope it does help you with your pain. Sheila said the same thing as I did. Hello, Donna. Hello, Marilyn. How are you? And Barbara is here. It's freezing in Melbourne, is it? Well, it was cold, really cold here yesterday. And it's kind of funny. Today doesn't feel nearly as cold. And I think even though it's got the same high temperature as yesterday, which was 19 degrees, which is actually pretty respectable, it started out really cold yesterday in the morning. And I didn't really shake that cold feeling all day. Whereas this morning, it was about 5 degrees warmer than it was yesterday. And I haven't felt cold. So I think how it starts out at the beginning of the day, if you feel cold at the start, sometimes you don't get past that during the day. Does anyone else agree? Beautiful trees. Yeah, the leaves are beautiful, aren't they, at the moment? I agree. I took a really nice photo. I haven't posted it. I took a really nice photo of a beautiful red leaf, a maple leaf on my walk yesterday or the day before. No, it wasn't yesterday. I didn't walk yesterday. It was too cold. I'm just having a little look. Lani said it's overcast. Well, the sun's out here right now. So hopefully we'll send it up your way, Lani. Yeah, I know, Marty. 6 isn't too bad. You are correct. But it's a lot colder than here. It's meant, like I said, 19 here today. I'm not sure what it is right now, but yeah, that's what it was supposed to get to. Let's have a look. Hello, Jolene. Nice to see you. How is Minnesota? Getting warmer, I believe. I was chatting to Susan earlier, and she said it was a beautiful day. She was out for a walk. All right. Hello, Kathleen. Hello. Hi, Lynn. Hello. How is travels going? You're up in Darwin, of course. Actually, it's Leslie that's traveling, not Lynn. And I don't know whether Leslie's watching because I know she was still traveling last I heard. Oh, you just had a cortisone injection. It seems to be going around. Margaret's having one too. Oh, I'm sorry you're in pain. I hope that helps you. Yeah, Oodie weather. Exactly. I know. I've got an Oodie. It's not really... We should one day, maybe we should have a Oodie party and all wear our Oodies. And for anyone who doesn't know, an Oodie is one of those great big, like a blanket with a hood. And they call them Oodies. And yeah, I hope it helps too. All right. So let's get started. We have Technique Tuesday today. But before I start that, it's also free shipping today, guys. I mean, free shipping doesn't come along that often, maybe a couple of times a year, 2 or 3 times a year. And today is one of those days. And so that means if you're in Australia, it's free shipping right now until midnight tonight, okay? And once midnight hits, then shipping gets applied to your orders again. So if you have got anything you need to get out of our new catalogue or, online, this is the new catalogue, then today is a great day to shop because $65 and more here in Australia means you pay no shipping. All right, so don't put just an ink pad or 2 on there. You need to make sure it's $65 or more. It's such a good deal when they do that. So it can save you. And the more you purchase, the more you're saving because it's done in like a tiered system where it's $6.95 minimum shopping. And that applies all the way up to around about $115, $116. Anything above that, you're getting it's a 6% of the order value in shipping. So if you were to put through a $300 order, potentially that's 6% of 300, whatever that might be. I'm sorry, I'm not a good mathematician, so that's quite a lot. And you wouldn't have to pay that today. So if you do have a bigger order to put through, definitely today is your day. You will save quite a lot of money in shipping. So definitely worth it. I will, as soon as this video is over on my YouTube channel, I will include my shopping link. So you can click that or paste it into your browser and go shopping with my link. So if you're in Australia, you can shop with me. If you're overseas, you need to find a demonstrator closer to you in your market. So I hope that that's helpful to everyone. What time is it over there where you are, Marlene? You're in Edmonton, I see. Snow in the mountains. Ooh. See, I feel like if it's snowing, it's kind of worth it. We have cold with no snow. It's just cold. And in some those really overcast days, it's just miserable, right? We don't want that. So at least if you have snow, it feels like it's worth the effort. Because snow is so pretty, mind you, not when you're shoveling it, but it's pretty to look at. Ah, I'm sorry to hear that, Jody. And Ronnie posted something because Marty has answered her. Yes. Yep, that's a good point to convert easily using an app, or you can just Google it. I sometimes put 23 and a C for Celsius, and one of the options that will come up in Google is to Fahrenheit, and I just click that to see how much it is. Or if you use a weather app, it'll translate it for you automatically. You can do that too. All right, let's get started. Today we are doing some technique, which is all about, I love background techniques. So this is textured backgrounds created with your ink pads. Okay, and we're going to start at the most basic level, and then we'll work our way up to some different ideas with it. Okay, so it's after midnight, which means that the free shipping deal has started over there too. It's a worldwide thing. We're more than halfway through here in Australia, but over there they're just getting started. So, and midnight in Pittsburgh. Oh, so it doesn't start until 2. So it would be mountain time, midnight mountain time. Is that right? Am I right, Marty? And therefore you're waiting until 2 o'clock because that would be midnight mountain time, I think. You're in Pittsburgh, so that sounds right. All right. Oh, you guys are funny. All right. Let's get started. I'm going to switch over to the desk and let's get going. Now, I do have a bit of sun coming in here through the window. So if it's too troublesome, I'll put the blind down and we'll get rid of the glare. But here's our beautiful catalogue. I'm going to talk sort of as we're going through. I actually put an order through, and I didn't think I'd be up at midnight last night, but I was. So I put an order through, and I'll tell you what I've ordered. And I want it for some scrapbooking that I have planned. Because I think this is a beautiful scrapbooking set. Where are we? Almost there. This one, the wildleaf flowering stuff. And it's got, it goes really well with a lot of the colours, like the more muted colours in last year's in colours like Moody Mauve and Crumb Cake. These are great base colours. I was thinking what else would look really, really nice with this, even though it's not listed in the colours, is if they were to give us 12 by 12 cardstock in basic beige, which is the new color, that would go really well. Basic beige goes with everything, but I was thinking how nice would it be with the colors in this, all those muted colors. So I'm looking forward to seeing more scrapbooking too, Ronnie. And I'm a scrapbooker at heart. That's what my original love was that got me into papercraft. And so for me, to see more scrapbooking happening on the horizon is very exciting. So, and I do actually run scrapbooking classes every other month. And so it's going to be very exciting to have new product to work with. But I think this will be a really nice scrapbooking set, and that's what I've ordered it for. I have a scrapbooking class coming up in early June with a regular group. And you've never scrapbooked. That's okay, Sheila. You don't have to. A good place to start, I mean, you can go really, really simple. And at some point, I would like to do a video where I'll maybe show a scrapbook project or two, and maybe how to actually scrapbook using our products, because we have some great products that are really, really good for scrapbooking, but not everybody sees that. And I've often had people say, oh, I wish Stampin' Up had more scrapbooking products. We do have a lot of products that can be used in scrapbooking. They may not be dedicated scrapbooking products, but there's a lot of scrapbooking you can do with some of these products. I love these shapes, and I have dioramas in my head when I see these because they go together, and they're just lovely. I mean, they've kind of, this almost looks like it could be a diorama card here. So I have a lot of plans for this set, and it has been ordered overnight. I ordered it before I went to bed last night so I could get free shipping. Yay! I also ordered a kit that I don't have yet, which is the Cityscape kit. That's a new one, and when that comes, I will show that to you on one of my Friday or Sunday night lives. Yes, yes, there's been a lot of new samples with all the Close to My Heart girls coming over to Stampin' Up. So that's pretty exciting. All right, let's go. I'm going to start. I've just got some pieces of white. This is just basic white. And I'm going to start really, really simple. And let me show you. I did play around a little earlier. And I'm going to show you a couple of techniques that I think make great backgrounds. They might look messy. I actually like a messy background, but I'm going to show you how I did them and the difference, some of the different things you can do. This is more just one direction. This one is a couple of different directions. This one was like a wood grain. I think it looks very much like a wood grain technique, and it looks really, really nice. But we're gonna come back to wood grain, and then I'll show you a couple of others. Like you can make a tartan effect. We've got some over the edge here. We've got a whole bunch of different things. So I'm going to go through them one at a time and show you some different ways. And I'll probably need to cut some more paper. But let's start just with some basic white. Is the sunlight on is the glare of this bothersome to anyone? Would you like me to? That's a great idea, Sheila. If you've got somebody, an event coming up, like a new grandchild, or like you said, your grandson getting married in December, those are fantastic things to scrapbook. And in fact, when I got married back in 2016, I made 2 scrapbooking 6x8 scrapbooking albums that I gave to my mother and to my mother-in-law, one each, and and basically duplicated all the same pages in both of them. And it was such a nice gift, and I know my mum really treasured hers. So at some point when I go visit my dad, because my mum has since passed away, but when I go visit my dad sometime, I might see if he minds if I borrow it so I could show it to you, because I was really, really proud of how it turned out. So there you go. It doesn't bother you, Marty? Okay, it's fine, says Donna. Okay. All right, I'll leave it. If it becomes bothersome, if it gets too glary, let me know. All right, so let's start first of all just with, I'm going to start with a couple of colours that are in the same theme. So colours that work really well together, dark and light. So we have Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock, which are a really good pairing. So let's get this here. I've got my cloth here to wipe up my desk if I need to. And I'm going to start with my lightest colour first. And we're just going to do the most basic of these. Now, you might notice when you hold an ink pad, when you open it up, it's closer to this end than it is to this end. Okay, so this end is where you can put a little sticker there if you want to have the sticker. Some people have used the stickers from the back, like the one with no writing on it, in that little trough. I find them a bit hard to get in, so I don't worry about it too much. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag the end that is closest to the edge, and I'm going to start just off the paper and really lightly bring this down. All right, now, if I want a bit more color, push a little bit harder. Now, if you do happen to lose it halfway like I just did, it actually doesn't matter. So I'm just dragging it over, and I'm going to do this a couple of different directions, and we're just going from one way to the other. All right, so that's the Lost Lagoon, and then I'm going to go in now with the darker color, which is the Pretty Peacock. All right, so this is such a simple technique. There are lots of things you can do with your ink pads straight onto a background. Now, this is the darker color. And of course, it's going to depend on how much ink is on your ink pad. So if you haven't, I find it works better. This particular ink dragging technique works better if your ink pad is not too inky. So you have heard me talk about this a few times lately. This is where you might come in with a spoon and massage your color down. If it's a brand new ink pad, massage some color down into the ink pad so it's not just all sitting on the top. So I'm going to do this again. See, it got it a bit darker that time. And I'm going to go again. So you'll do this as many times as you want to, and you'll start to get a really interesting effect. All right, so it's not uniform. It's a little bit all over the place. But it kind of looks like some of that kind of murky DSP that we have sometimes. So, and the harder you press, the more solid your color will be. All right. Now, I could leave it like this if I wanted to, which is completely respectable. But I'm actually going to go crossways now to get like almost like a fabric look. You can see the color now is coming across. Let's go back the other way. You could come back in with the Lost Lagoon if you wanted to. Now, yours will probably look different depending on how much ink you have in your ink pad. This is something I do sometimes just to get a really interesting background. It's grungy. You could use some, you know, some stamps over the top to actually make it look even more grungy. But I'm actually liking how that's looking. All right, can you see what we've kind of got going on here? It's a really interesting look. It does look amazing, doesn't it, Katrina? So it's just just expect, like, maybe don't expect anything, just be surprised by whatever you get, because everyone is going to end up with a different look depending on how much ink is in your pad, how hard you push, all the things. All right, so this is just one, and then I might do something with that in a moment, but I actually really like how that turns out. All right, you do, if you're using it on a desk, you might want to put down some protective paper or something so you don't get ink all over your desk. If you're using a glass mat like me, just give it a wipe when you're done, and then we'll come back. All right, so that's our first one, and you can see this one and the other one that I did this one the same earlier. All right, they end up looking totally different. Kind of the same, yeah, same, but different. All right, just because different pressure, different ink. It's the same colors. I've used Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. All right, but they've just ended up a bit different. All right, so there's one. All right, this one is just, there's no swishing the other way. This is from one end to the other. Now, if you did want to swish the other way, this is Misty Moonlight. And you could do over the top of this with Night of Navy, and that's going to give us a good look as well. But I'm actually just going to go the other way, because I find sometimes this color can look a little bit like denim. I find like we almost have like a fabric look here. Can you see that? And I think it can look like denim. So if you, we used to have a dye some years ago that was like a pocket. We don't have any, like it looked like a jean pocket, you know, the one that's on your butt. Everyone knows what I'm talking about, I think. We don't have any. We do have some pocket dyes at the moment, but they're not like a jean pocket. They're different. Let me just grab my catalogue for a second. We do have some pockets. Let me put that out of the way. Jean pockets. Where are they? Are they called pockets? Yeah, Pocket Thoughts, page 62. There you go. So I don't have these ones yet, but you could, if you wanted to, create like a denim pocket look with these. It wouldn't be as much like the denim pocket dye that we had a few years back, and some of you might still have that one, but you know, you certainly could do something with these. So these actually create different size. The little one's quite small. You can see it fits on a card. Then the medium-sized one also fits, but much bigger on a card. And then the big one is like almost the whole card size. So, so that would be something interesting. But I think that looks really rather nice. Can you see it? And you've got like this, it looks almost like fabric because we've gone one way and then the other way. And if you were doing this, you could even just use small pieces of it if you wanted to. So that's really nice. I like that. How did that compare to my first one that I did? Oh, that is the first one I did. I just added it, went over the other way with it. So there you go. All right. So then I'm going to move up. This is actually, instead of doing this on white, this one is on crumb cake. All right. So to create a wood grain look, I don't know if you can see it very well. Can you see it? Sorry, the sun is hitting that, isn't it? All right. So I think that looks really nice. It definitely has like a wood grain look, but for this one, it's going to look better if we start with a light brown base. So it could be any light brown color, but I think crumb cake works particularly well because you still have a bit of the crumb cake coming through from behind, but then you add your darker colors. So for this, I used crumb cake ink, and then pecan pie, which is like a medium brown, and then early espresso for my dark brown. All right, so let's cut this to size. So if you want to create a wood grain look, but you don't have any wood grain paper, or, you know, we do actually have the, what's it called, Cottage Woods paper that has that beautiful wood grain look. I think everyone knows. And we even have, and I'm going to show it to you in a minute, some wood textured paper. So we've got a few different options in our current catalogue. Let me just see. I want to show you the country woods. So you could create, obviously, this kind of, this paper is a wood grain paper, which you could use, which would save you having to do any inking at all. But you can see it's got all these lovely wood grains, different types of wood. There's the grey wood here. I don't know the names of the woods. Then, you know, different. This one looks like a laminate to me. There's the grey again. And then this one is painted, has got the peeling Misty Moonlight paint. And on the back of this is like lots of different coloured ones with the painted look. They look really nice, don't they? These are a beautiful paper. If you're thinking about doing masculine cards, love the peeling paint in this. I just think that's gorgeous. Looks really, really good. With the suite it comes out of is the country, is it called Country Woods, the suite? I think it is. And that's the one with the country birdhouse in it, which some of you have seen me using. I love the country birdhouse. It's one of my favorite bundles at the moment. So all right, so this is the crumb cake. I'm going to use the edge once again that's closest. I'm going to swish it from one end to the other. I'm not going to go and see how it's a bit stronger here and then sort of peters out here. And when we get like a bit of extra ink, sort of like a line of ink, I think that adds to the look of the wood grain. Okay, so then I'm going to use a bit more over here, a bit more here, and kind of you just, you know, let it do its thing. Okay, you got to run, Valerie. That's okay. It does look like the wood in the. Do you mean the one that I did, Marty? Do you mean the one I did, or the one in the paper pack? Right, I'm going to move up now to Pecan Pie. So this is a stronger color. It's like a medium brown. And I recommend that you put the ink pads, you actually open up the lid and then slide it all the way to the end so it's nice and solid to work with. And then we're going to use this end that's closest. So I'm going to just go very, very lightly with this because this ink pad is quite inky, as you can see. All right, so I'm just going to, and this is a light application. So we've lost a lot of our crumb cake design there because this is actually very inky. I probably should have massaged it in with a spoon, but that's okay. And then I'm going to come in with my dark. So this is the early espresso, and it, once again, go with the edge closest to the, and you can see here that we're going over this. And you get some of this kind of interesting wood grain look. All right, the one I did. Yep. All right, I think I may have missed a couple of comments because there's a couple of comments I'm not sure what they are referring to, but I will read back up. You know what? A lot of people say they have trouble with masculine cards. So the interesting thing is what prompted this particular topic today is the fact that I had to do a masculine card for this month's tutorial bundle. Now, the tutorial bundle I'm talking about is me and another, there's 15 of us all together, demonstrators from all around the world. We have a theme every month and we write a tutorial each, which means that then we have 15 tutorials which get bundled together into an ebook, basically. So you can purchase this. And you can print it out if you want to, and it will have all the different cards from all the different girls on a particular theme. Well, this month's theme is masculine cards, and I'm going to show you the card that I made for this month. Okay, I don't normally show it in advance, but this is the one I've made. Okay, and you can see that great texture in the background. So I'm going to show you how I did that texture. The actual instruction for that full card is in the tutorial bundle, which will be sent out. It's next month's bundle, so it'll be for orders that come through in what's next month, June. Okay, so it'll be the June bundle. Orders that come through this month get the one that we did at the end of last month, and so that's available all of this month, and that's with all the new in color stuff. So it's just focusing on the new in colors, which is a great topic as well. All right, so this is how it looks. You can see each one is different But this would be a great, like I could work on this now and add all sorts of different elements and things over the top and call that a masculine card. So I believe there are 3 or probably 4 elements to making great masculine cards. Okay. Is there a trick? I'm so used to them, Sheila, that I don't find it difficult to open an ink pad, but they definitely are stiffer and harder to open when they are new. The more you open them, the looser they get, and you won't find that such a struggle anymore. But to open an ink pad, I always go to where you've got this little like finger hole here. Okay, see that little curve just there? All right. The name of the ink pad that you pull from the labels on the back, that goes just below that little curve. And then your finger goes into that and you open it like a compact. So straight up, all the way open, and then slide it back on itself until it clicks. And then it has little feet, and that's then a good surface to help you with your stamping. To close it again, you pull here where this little gap is here at one end, pull that all the way to the end, flip it over until it clicks. All right, so that's how I do it. There you go. And Ellen uses scissors to push them open. That's a good tip too. Thanks, Donna, for saying that. That's awesome. But yeah, the more you open them, Sheila, the less stiff that they will be. All right. So what I want to show you is on page 100. Let me quickly grab my catalogue, which I dropped on the floor. All right. So page 100. We have something on this page called wood textured paper. All right, it's down the bottom here in the corner. It's only $8.75. You get 2 sheets for 12 by 12 paper, and because it's something you wouldn't use a lot of, you probably will find that 2 sheets will last you quite some time. Okay, you could use a strip of it here and there. You can see for this card I used a whole panel. All right, so I've got a panel here which is the same width. In fact, this is the leftover piece after I made this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on my trimmer, and I'm going to make it 13.8. So I'm making it slightly smaller than a card front size because I'm going to put a mat behind this. All right. But you can see here, can you see we've got like all this lovely texture, and so you can feel that it has texture. So I started to talk about masculine cards, what the elements to get a good masculine card. If you get any one of these elements, it will be a good masculine color card. If you use 2 or more, it's going to be a great masculine card. Okay, so the first thing is your color. Okay, if you can try and stick with the color, is probably the trickiest one because you don't have to just go gray and brown for masculine cards, but you probably want to stay away normally from pinks and so forth. So unless you know somebody who happens to really like those colors and would be impressed if you use them. But for most people, staying with more I don't want to say traditional masculine colors, but strong colors. I find the rich regals are particularly good for masculine cards. So in my I use 2. In fact, let me have a think. So this one is Shaded Spruce, this is Blueberry Bushel, and this is Real Red. Those 3 colors are all from the rich regals. Also your neutrals. So if you're combining neutrals and rich regals, you're going to probably have good, strong masculine colors. So that's the first. The second thing is to have some texture. Okay, and that's what we're doing right here. We're adding texture. If you can add texture to a mail card, that is halfway to making sure it's it's going to be a great masculine card, because texture is something that just, I don't know why, whether it's the rough and tough guys, I don't know what it is, but just having some texture in there is going to immediately make your card more masculine. Number 3 is metallics. All right, if you can use some metallics, whether that be so in this one, for example, I've got silver for my hammerhead and for my drill bit here, so I'm using silver. So get some metallics in there if you can. And fiber. Now fiber is kind of related to texture, because with fiber you can create some great texture as well, but having some fiber, so linen thread knotted rather than tied in a bow, knotted thread or something like that also goes a long way. We had in the last catalogue, it's no longer with us, but we had some, do you remember the leather trim, the faux leather trim that had was brown with a bit of gold on it. That was really great for masculine cards. So, you know, texture, metallics, fiber, and your colors, those 4 elements are what make a great masculine card, in my opinion. So that's just something I always try and follow those rules when I'm doing that. Now I'm going to come back to these colors again. I'm going to go back to crumb cake, pecan pie, and early espresso, and we're going to make this a fantastic piece of wood grain. All right, so I'm going to start at one end, going, I want to start with the end that's closest, and I'm going to just zip over this. And now we also, you can do this with embossing folders as well. Okay, so if you have an embossing folder that's a wood grain, all right, see how it's picking up in different places on here? So we've got some, like this part is not from the wood grain piece. This is actually from the ink pad. In fact, I've actually managed to damage the end of my ink pad here because I think I probably pressed too hard, and I've done this one too many times. But it's actually leaving a really interesting mark on my paper. I don't mind it. So then I'm going to come in with my pecan pie. This time I'm going to go very light because remember this one is very inky. All right, and see how it's just picking up on the ridges? Looking good. And then we're going to hit finally with the early espresso. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good tip, Marty. So did you see what Marty said, Sheila? That you can rub the sides of the ink pad with chapstick to make it slide easier. I hadn't heard chapstick, but I had heard candle wax. So you know you could rub a tea light candle along the edge, and that will also help it slide easier. So there's a few different things. Now can you start to see we're getting multiple colors in here? We've got the white from the background, but we've also got some color coming through. I want to add some more over here. I'm liking it. All right, can you see how this is going? Looks really good. Yes, the brayer would also work with wood grain paper. Yeah, I'm just using ink pads alone, direct to paper today. But yes, absolutely, brayering works well as well. So you are correct. What did I just do? Oh, here it is. So I'll clean up my glass mat. All right, so now we have a really nice looking panel, similar to the one that I did for my card here earlier. Okay, so you can see how good it looks though. See how you get all the design really coming out? I think that looks fantastic. Really, really great background. I know, right? It's very cool. All right, I want to show you a couple of other tips. If you have ink spots, who has ink spots? So by ink spots, I'm talking about these. They're called Stampin' Spots. And they are like little tiny ones. You can buy a pack of them uninked and then add your ink to them, because these open up a whole range of possibilities of what you can do. So let's come back to just our white pieces again. A couple of ideas for you. All right, first I've got 3 colors here. Now, when I did this earlier, I want you to see what I did. All right, so this is just creating a tartan kind of a look, right, by going one way, going the other way, and so on until you get like a tartan background that you could stick something on. We could certainly do something with that. But notice that none of these have left a huge amount of ink. Probably the one that's got the most ink is the pool party, but the others, not so much. They haven't been inked up in a while. And I did the same thing here, going over just an edge with my inks that haven't been used in a while. And you can see, can you see like little tiny lines there? That's actually like the grains, because these are felt, not foam. Okay, the grains of the felt actually making those lines. All right, so it's nice. However, I'm just using 3 colors. I think 3 colors is a good rule of thumb. I'd like to do this again, but this time I want to make it a bit more inky. So I've got my ink refills, and I'm actually going to ink these up again, and we're going to make them really inky. So I want to have darker color. So I'm just going to add some. And you'll know if they can take a fair bit of ink because the ink will disappear really fast. Okay, it goes like soaks straight in to the Stampin' Spot. Put the lid back on, do this one. So this is my Daffodil Delight. So the colours I've got are Pool Party, Daffodil Delight, and Real Red. You can buy these uninked and then add whatever colours you like. So you've got them in your own favourites. Also, a lot of our kits, if they are stamping kits, they usually come with a spot in the colour that's going to be used in. So that's where I get a lot of my ink spots from, is from kits that I've used, and then I've taken the little spot out of the ink out of the kit when I've used up all the kit pieces, and kept it for doing techniques like this. So you can do lots of techniques with your ink spots. You like the one with the line? I do too. I do too. So it does look like tartan, right? That was just super quick, right? Just going straight over. This time I want to actually come in here with my 3 colors. I'll take the lids off, and I'm going to start at the bottom, but because these have been inked up, I'm expecting them to be a lot inkier this time. It's not too bad. And let's go with our yellow. Well, that's a lot inkier. And then the red. Oh, yes, that's a lot red. All right, so this time I'm going to repeat that and push a little harder to get it. And you can do the whole thing if you want to, but I just wanted to go over the edges. And I'm just going to fill in that little hole there. And I'm going to add a bit of, make this darker. And so on, just like that. All right, so you can see now we have a second one that is considerably darker than the first. All right, let's get the lids on because I don't want to stick my fingers in them. I actually really like things going over one side or one edge of the design. I find that looks really, really pretty. Now I could, if I wanted to, let me get this cleaned up. I could stamp over this if I wanted to, or I could add a die if I wanted to. And I'm just thinking what would be a good one to use. I like a floral design. So if I was going to go over, like I could, for example, go over this with like a black design and do the black, a very dark color over the top here. That would look really nice. Or if I had a really intricate die. Now, the artistically inked dies that recently retired would have been perfect for this, but I'm just wondering what other dies might be very good for this. Didn't really think that through before the video. What do you guys think? Does anyone have a suggestion? Also, another one that would look good would be the Layers of Beauty. That would look really nice in black over the top. But if I did a die, I'd probably go white because that would stand out on these darker colors. I'm just thinking if I was going to use, see, this is quite nice. Let's have a look here. So I could go, oh, that is nice. We could go over this with black, or we could, like I said, we could go over it with white. What do you think? You like that array of colors, says Maria. A white die in the Layers of Beauty. The only thing is the Layers of Beauty dies actually cuts out the whole thing, and I'm thinking something a little bit more intricate. So artistically inked would have been good, but that's not what I've got. Another option might be the Flowers of Beauty. So let's have a look at those. Oh, and I just realized it's a double die set, so I'll use those instead. I might have to have a little play with that, maybe, rather than trying to. Oh, I know. I've just had a thought. What about the Mediterranean Blooms? That has a really great dye in it. That would be great against this. Oh, it's actually called Citrus Blooms. So let's have a little think about that one. So it has kind of like a, it doesn't use the whole thing, but that wouldn't matter. We could have it right here, and then we could have our greeting or whatever we're going to have over on this side. So this, you can see it's like a lot of leaves. Embossed black would look good too. That would look really, really good. But yeah, the artistically ink that we just had retire, that would be awesome for something like that. And then we also have like this. I could do an outside piece, but I think this one is better. So let me do this in white and let's see if this will work for us. I'm just going to cut that very quickly with my cut and emboss machine, and let's see how it looks. And then I've got one last type of background I want to show you before we finish this up. All right, let's have a look. So I've cut this out. I'm just going to push it out with my take your pick tool. And I've got a few pieces extra that have just got to fall out here. Oh, I should be using my die brush. That's what I should be using. So what I want to have is I want to have it so it's like you can see the colors here and then have a greeting over on this side. So that is what I'm thinking of doing. Now, while I think about it too, we're not playing with the new colors today, but who's loving the new colors? Anybody? Because I think they are fantastic. All right, I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. And this is one of those dies that you would benefit by adding a, I always think about it afterwards, a adhesive sheet to the back so you can just peel the back off and stick it straight on. That would be smart. Embossed black would look really, really good, Rose. All right, so I'm going to pop this right about here. And let's get it to stay down. Like so. And then I need to have a die of some sort here that I'm probably going to use my stylish shapes dies, because we could go with a circle. Oh, what about Unbounded Beauty? That would work. If we went Unbounded Beauty, or sorry, Unbounded Love, we could use one of the, like, I don't know. What do you think? Would that work? Maybe. Or we could have, one of these shapes here. Actually, that's even nicer, I think. All right, let me do that of white again. And it's just something different. Sometimes I just want to do something different that's not the same as all the other cards I make, Right, so, and I feel like, is that one, I think that's good. Let's stamp on this. And I'm going to pull out the Unbounded Love set because it has lots of great greetings that go for different sizes. Let's see what would go well. Best of Luck. What about, the one I've been using the most is this one, because it goes with everything, and that's Just For You. Such a good greeting. And I'm thinking, will I go with the red, seeing as that's the darkest color? Probably. I have got a mark here. I'm not worrying about it because I can either use a ribbon or I could use a embellishment of some kind there. Just For You. You bought the new blends today. Oh, that's awesome, Sheila. That's great. The blends are great. I use them a lot. Love them. All right, so I'm going to use a couple of dimensionals behind here. Oh, I've got red on my finger. Better not transfer it to my card. Look at that. We don't want that on our card. Huh. Let's peel the back off those. It's different. I know this card is different. All right, and then I feel like it needs a ribbon or something or some bling or something down the bottom here, but it's a little different, right? Let's see. I will finish this off, I think. So something I was starting to talk about was the fact that, yeah, I'm going to go a little smaller. I'm going to put it on a mat. Was the fact that we right now have a special on our absolutely fantastic starter kit. For anyone who is thinking of joining or has ever thought about joining, this is such a good deal, you guys. They only do a deal a few times a year. And I just think this is such a good one. Of all the ones we've had, it's one of our better ones. It's certainly good value, definitely good value, and something that I hope that everybody will have a check. Everybody will check out. You get all of the new ink colors, the stamp pads, the cardstock, the DSP, and the markers on top of the normal fantastic value that is the kit. And I just think, wow, that's so, so good. All right, what color will we go? Gold? I think we'll go gold. Let's see. And I'm going to go a couple of little guys up here. And I'm going to put this on a, I'm deciding which color. I might go with the Pool Party actually. And so that's the last thing I want to show you in a second is how to do this on an embossing folder. It's basically the same. And once again, yes, you could use a brayer. Let's pop that. Non-traditional, yeah, it is very different, I know, but it's just nice to do something different from time to time. All right, so just remember too that anyone who places an order with me this month, $60 or more, is going to get that tutorial that is running this month, which is for all the new colors. But the reason I'm mentioning the new colors today is because it's such a good deal to join right now. Sometimes people say, you know, why are you still talking about people joining after all these years? I've been doing this 18 years. Okay, absolutely. I think my host code, I can tell you what it is, but how about I just pop it into the chat and then you can, you will know what the host code is. I'll just quickly copy it and pop it in the chat for you. Here we go. It's so weird. You know, the host codes, there's no sense to them. They're the codes that are automatically generated. Okay, this is the code. Here I go, Susan. There you go. It's SVRZNKCH. All right, no numbers, just those letters. There you go. Nice. Not, please. That's not being a pain. That is music to my ears. I absolutely loved getting orders. So thank you so much, Susan. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to put this on a white card base. In fact, I think I have a white card base close by. Where is one? Here's one. Pretty sure I had one. Let's pop that. It needs a fold down with a bone folder, but that's okay. I'll just use this for now. And I'm going to attach that to here. So it just gives you some different ideas about things you can do with your backgrounds to make them more interesting. Okay, and even if you don't have the DSP, I mean, if you do have that gorgeous wood DSP, well then obviously that's the easiest thing to do. But if you don't have it, you can absolutely make your own interesting backgrounds. Okay, so there you go. There's an interesting little card. So the last thing I want to show you is how to do this on an embossing folder. And once again, you could use a brayer or we can go direct. Now I've pulled out a couple of different ones here. I'm thinking, what one will we use? And I'll let you guys choose. This is the exposed brick. Actually, no, it's not. It's not exposed brick. What's it called? Timeless type. Hang on, let me find it. So in embossing folders, page 129 they are. So here we go. It's this one. No, it isn't. I think it's timeless type. Maybe this one has retired. Oh my goodness. I don't want to be trying to sell you something that's no longer current. So where did my, you know what I think's happened? I think I've pulled out the exposed brick. That's it here, thinking that I got these two confused. The exposed brick is definitely current, but I don't think it's still in my current box. So I must have pulled out the wrong one. Whoopsie daisy. All right, so then number 7 is this one here, distressed tile. The distressed ones are really good for this kind of technique. And then this one, which is the Fern 3D. So I was thinking these ones would be nice to run through. And let me quickly run over to my retired embossing. Well, we won't do it today, but I need to change this one because I think timeless type has finished. I cannot see it in my list. Therefore, it has retired and I've pulled out exposed brick instead. So there you go. Whoops. Leaves those from what set? It's from the Citrus Blooms. Okay, so this is one of my favorite new die sets. I absolutely love it. And I used it on Sunday night. All right, so this piece here. And then the blooms, the leaves that I pulled out came from the middle of here. Okay, they go in here. Actually, I think I've got that around the wrong way. Yeah, that way. And then there's a frame that goes around those and creates these beautiful things. And this is all part of it as well. Absolutely love this suite. So if you saw the card I made on Sunday night, this is the card we made on Sunday night. Oh, there it is, upside down. And that used the oranges from the matching paper, which the dies cut out. And then these leaves here are these ones right here. Okay, that's them. And then the frame goes around that. And then these leaves are on the piece of paper in the middle. All right, and I've just used those on the card we've just made today. So these are one of my standout die sets right now. I think they're absolutely beautiful. Fern, says Marty. Let's see, is anybody else? Let me have a little look. Okay. All right, let's move this. Whoops, move that out of the way. I like the card. The card turned out really nice, and I didn't really know what it was going to turn out like, but I think it looks great. Something a little different. So let's emboss, and I think Fern is the one that people have been saying would look nice. So let's do a multicolored Fern, all right? And I'm going to put this through my cut and emboss machine, and I think some different greens might be nice for this. So I'm going to bring my cut and emboss machine in just so you guys can see the sandwich that I use for this. And no, I'm not talking about my lunch. I'm talking about how you put, what order you put your pieces through. So what we do is we get rid of the clear plates and the, I can't even remember what this one's was. It's basically the extra piece, the thin die adapter. We just need the base platform, number 1. All right. And then you've got your folder with the piece of paper inside, so just our normal flat folder like so, and I'm going to put that on my base platform. Put that in so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just popping it on my base platform, and then on top of that we just need our specialty plate, which is plate number 4. Okay, this winds through very, very easily. It feels like glides like butter, actually. Very, very easy. There's no, you don't need muscles to put that through. And then I take that off. And over here, we now have a beautiful embossed paper. So we've gone from a smooth piece of paper to the beautiful leaf design that you see right here. And I think embossing folders don't get enough credit. They are absolutely fantastic and make such a difference to your cards. All right, let's pick a couple of different colors. We could go back to Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock for these. That would look really nice. Okay, but would you like me to try different colors? I'm wondering what would look good. Something a little different. I wonder, we could go Summer Splash and Shy Shamrock. I wonder what Coastal Cabana and Shaded Spruce would look like. So we really could play around with these. So I'm thinking, what about Summer Splash and Shaded Spruce? I don't know. What do you guys think? Anyone got a pink? Pool Party and Fresh Freesia. Ooh, that's different. That sounds interesting, Donna. All right, let's try it. Let's give it a whirl. So you're suggesting 3 of the ink color. Oh, ink colors would be nice too. Oh, you're giving me too many options. So you're saying Pool Party and Fresh Freesia. Those would look good. Let's go with the ink color version. So let's go Summer Splash, which is a bit darker than Pool Party. And instead of Fresh Freesia, let's go Petunia Pop. What do you think? What about those? Would that work? What do you think of that, Donna? I'm asking you because you're the one with all the great ideas. Do you think that would work? We could throw in some Shy Shamrock if we wanted, or if you think that that's going to be too dark, we could go with Pretty in Pink instead. Try the new colors. There are some great ideas, isn't there? All right. So let's try Summer Splash first. Now, don't forget these are likely to be quite inky. So let's go. We're just going to apply it straight over. Oh my goodness, it's a lot inkier than I thought. I'm trying to go really light. That looks good, doesn't it? Look how it picks up the design. That looks lovely. All right, and then, so I'm thinking maybe, let's go Pretty in Pink and see how that looks. I mean, if it looks terrible, well, oh well, we'll find out. Oh my goodness, it almost make it go purple here. And it made our Summer Splash go really dark. Really interesting. I'm thinking maybe I'll try Shy Shamrock over the top of that, and then let's see where that leaves us. But basically what I want you guys to do is experiment. Oh, we just lost all the pink with the Shy Shamrock. Oh, there's a little bit still showing through here. So I'm going to go back to the pink and see if I can get a little bit more of that showing through. What do we think? Do we like it? We've got some different colors going on in here. It's definitely interesting. And I could create a card. So you can see just by adding your ink pad straight over the top, we can get some really, really interesting looks. You're going to try the new colors in the direction you use with the ink spots. That's a great idea as well. Yeah, give that a whirl. What I'm hoping you guys are going to do with this video is to go away and experiment. Okay, just go and have fun. Play with your ink pads. See how the colors look on different surfaces. You may find that you get a whole bunch of different ideas doing this than you might have thought. So I think the 2 greens would have looked nice by themselves, but the pink has added an extra layer of interest. You love it. It does look like a jungle, doesn't it? If we don't have that little monkey stamp anymore, but if we did, we could add little monkey to this. So here you go. Today we've done some different things. We've played around. We've tried some different ideas. We actually did make a card. Oops, I'm going to clean up the desk before I put things on it and make a bigger mess. Yeah, let me bring this down again because I'm too far away. There we go. Let's try and get that straight. But we did actually make a card, so I'm pleased about that because I've got a card for my socials for tomorrow. Also, for anyone who was watching the other week, I did actually finish up this card. Remember, I hadn't added a greeting. This was the one I did with the flowering, what's it called? Oh, I forget what it's called. Flowers of Beauty, that's what it's called. That's just part of the Unbounded Beauty set. The Unbounded Beauty Suite is what I'm focusing on for my craft along this month. So if you don't have these stamps, and you don't have to, you can substitute with whatever ones you like. But if you would like to create them exactly as I have done, you might want to look at the Unbounded Beauty Suite. It's got 2 stamp sets, these lovely leaves. It's got this fabulous paper, but it also actually has all the new colors in the papers. So that's really cool. Oh, I'm so glad you guys enjoy it. To me, it's just a bit of fun. We're just going to play and see what happens. So today we ended up with a whole bunch of different backgrounds and ideas. And whoop, there goes an ink pad, and designs, which I think turned out kind of interesting, right? Does anyone have a favorite, something that you think, oh, I'd like to try? Have I inspired anyone to want to try some different things? That's all right. I hope it was a helpful live. Craft Along is Thursday, the whatever Thursday is next week. I think it's, is it the 30th? Let me quickly check. Yeah, Thursday the 30th of May, 2 p.m, same time as this one. Good. Yeah, go and have some fun, because you will be amazed at all the different types of designs you can get out of just ink and paper. All right, you don't even need to have other textures and bits and pieces, but I did want to show you how nice the wood textured paper is, because you get some really great ideas with that. And there's a card I've made with it. Look out for this card in next month's tutorial bundle, so hopefully some of you will enjoy that as well. All right, everyone, look, I hope you're having a great day. Enjoy the rest of free shipping day. If you haven't placed an order today and there's anything you need, today's definitely the day to do it. Because if you wait until after midnight, your shipping will not be free. So, so sorry about that. The advantage of purchasing Stampin' Up products, in my opinion, is that you get the demonstrator community as your help and guide. If you're purchasing with me, absolutely, I'm available to ask questions. I want to try and help you as much as I can. So there are lots of reasons why purchasing Stampin' Up products is fabulous. And it's really, really lovely that all of you guys keep coming back and watching my videos. I'm so grateful. You're very welcome, Jennifer. I hope everyone stays well. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of free shipping day. And I'll be back on Friday night. Let me just click back over to me so you can see me. Here I am. So, oh, thank you for sharing the video. Yes, if you guys are sharing videos, that is so helpful. It helps me get the word out there, and I really, really appreciate all the thumbs up, all the shares, all the subscribers, all the things. That just makes such a difference to our family. So thank you very much. I'm actually officially, I clicked over 9,900 subscribers to my YouTube channel, I think yesterday, which means I have less than 100 to go to hit the 10,000 mark. So that's my goal. If you haven't subscribed, please do it, because every subscription helps. And I'll be back on Friday night with some new bits and pieces for you. So have a great week, guys. Thanks for being with me today. See you soon. Bye.